everybody, what's going on? It's All You Know 1994. I hope you're all having a great day today. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the patch 0.8 that launched for RuneScape Dragonwilds. And despite the fact that I posted the video talking about how the game, in my opinion, is being treated poorly by Jagex, I'm still going to cover this video with patch 0.8. I don't know what the future will hold in terms of like other content related to this game, but if anything, I still will cover the patch notes that release for the game, or even if they're just minor patches as well. So this is again Eye on Ashenfall patch 0.8, June 17th, 2025 is the release. Hello, in case you missed it, last week we shared our vision for the future. This is the early access and onward roadmap that they have, where in December of 2025, we're going to be getting Fell Hollow, Farming and Steel Armor, Quarter 1 of 2026, Dowden Reach, Fishing and Mithril, and then in Quarter 2 of 2026, we'll be getting Umbral Sands and Prayer and Adamant Armor, and then in Quarter 3, which will be, I don't know if this is signifying that this right here is patch 1.0, or if this will be patch 1.0, but in Quarter 3 of 2026, we'll be getting Scorned Wilderness, and Agility and Runite along with that. And these four are all included in early access. So this kind of confirms, or at least hints towards, that the end of 2026 is probably when the game is going to be coming out of early access. So, I made my video yesterday. I stand by a lot of the things that I said in that video. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with this game. I will say this, though, the numbers don't lie, guys. I mean, you could disagree with me all you want, and based off my last video, a lot of people are disagreeing with what I said. And that's fine, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and I'm entitled to mine. You don't have to agree with it, but, I mean, my opinion is what it is. I hope that this game will see a turnaround once, these things start coming into the game, and I think they will. But only time will tell, and right now I feel like the game is just very bland, and it's hard to really try to say something nice about the game when you know that there's nothing really to do in the game. That's just my opinion. But anyway, we're going to be diving into all of this here. So starting from the top, the incoming changes. They added additional options for bloom and depth of field settings and changes to improve blur in distant images. We're dropping in a few extra settings to help us give you more levers to pull to improve your experience, whether in quality or performance. So, obviously, bloom and depth of field I know has always kind of been, from the beginning, a little bit of a, I don't want to say like a bad thing for the game, but it has been talked about and passed. So it's nice to see that they're still working on that and trying to iron that out through over the course of these last few months. There are changes to building piece health, scaling up from 100 HP across the board up to values as high as 1500 HP. So going to be making your building pieces a lot more durable, probably for like, the raids and Velgar's attacks. So that's pretty nice. 2 new build pieces for base defenses, the Palisade walls and the Palisade gates. I think they said in the blog post, or at least a blog post before the last one, the reason they were building this is to make it so on the raids, the goblin raids, excuse me, they're making it a little bit more difficult for them to you destroy your actual base building and whatnot. So I don't know. I feel like that there should have been a lot more for this patch than just a couple buildables and the magic skill, which we're gonna get down to here in a minute. But visual treatment for tier 2 building pieces oak. When building pieces take 50% damage, they will visibly show wear and tear. I know we said visible decay in the vlog, but that's not a system we have. It just says stuff without thinking. So now, as your buildings and the pieces will take damage, once they get to this 50% threshold, you'll start to notice some damage and wear and tear, which is pretty cool. I don't know if that was ever in the game before. I'm assuming it was based off of the wording here, but I never personally had that happen when I was playing. I didn't notice any like actual wear and tear on my buildings. So we're introducing a coziness system. Your survival meters will not decay while you're near a claimed bed, so you can build and craft more freely. So this is actually pretty nice. So if you're near your bed inside your building, your meters will not decay. So you can, if you're crafting a bunch of stuff and in survival games, as most people know, having to worry about your thirst and your hunger and your sleep meters throughout the time you're playing can get kind of annoying and tedious. So having this system in place is actually pretty huge. And then this is the other major thing I would say that's coming with that came with patch 0.8. The magic skill arrived. You can level it up to level 50 and enjoy 2 new skill spells, potions, and consumables to blast through your foes. The 2 spells that were included with this are Surge and Confuse. They're also including spell upgrades to enhance the skill spells, so you'll be able to upgrade with different tiers for Surge and Confuse, so that'll be pretty cool. You can read all about the magic skill here. I will leave a link down in the comments for the patch notes for this video for anybody that wants to get a full rundown of the magic skill. They also have added hard difficulty setting for those who like the extra challenge. And included in the hard difficulty setting is now Thirst, Hunger, and Fatigue can reduce health to 0. Skill XP beyond your current level is not lost on death. You may only have 1 gravestone at a time. If you die with a gravestone active, your first gravestone will be destroyed along with all the items in it protected. Enemy attacks deal more damage. Enemies have more health. Weaknesses and resistances have stronger effects. So, basically like a hardcore setting for the game now, which, for the people that like that extra challenge, there you go. We've also done a complete pass on item weights, which means that things will weigh different values now. Again, I haven't been playing the game, so I don't know exactly what the differences are, but I might jump back into the game just to see what differences have come throughout the weights of each item. All fuel items have had their burn times adjusted to help you avoid losing the occasional log or fuel source while you're cooking or crafting. All items also now fall into one of 4 max stack sizes: 1, 50, 99, or 999 depending on the item. They're nice tidy numbers, including those 99s we know you love, which is true. RuneScape players, they do love their 99s, so I see what they went with that. We've made general improvements to lighting, performance, stability, and balancing enemy health values. I personally when I've played this game, it doesn't seem like I ever had like bad performance or stability on the game. Other than when I streamed it a couple times, but that's just because my internet is dog water. But when I was just playing off stream and just casually playing the game, I didn't really have performance or stability issues. So, obviously other people might have had different experiences. But it's good to know and see that they have been taking notice of these problems, and they've made the improvements that they needed to with patch 0.8 here. World fixes for areas where you could get stuck or out of bounds, as well as some asset clipping and floating issues. Remember, if you get stuck, you can press escape and then hold X to unstick yourself and teleport back to a safe spot. Fixes for audio not playing as expected in multiple places. Journal fixes for some typos and missing entries. Improvements to quest marker positions. Dirty water will no longer spawn at the temple when your inventory is full. Okay, to be honest, I don't believe that I have to write this as a patch note, but hey, you're welcome. I know that there was like I think it had something to do with like your rest animation and stuff. If you teleported back to the temple, a bunch of like dirty water would just spawn and it would bug the game out, and it might even crash the server. I do remember seeing that on a few videos on YouTube, so I don't think that was a big deal. Most people that did that were just doing it for laughs. They weren't doing it to like be serious, so it is what it is. And then finally, improvements to key binding. So overall, some decent changes to the game. Obviously, like I said from yesterday's video, I'm not happy with the state of where this game is. I understand it's an early access game. I do. I truly do. I know that people think that I'm just talking to talk, but I promise you guys, I understand the concept of early access. I just personally think that this game and the way that they're doing their content releases, it's just, to me, I don't understand it. I maybe I was just speaking a little too rash in my video yesterday. The game is still good. I think at its core, the game is good. I just think I'm more disappointed with the way that they're handling updates, and especially more specifically content updates. Maybe I can get, I'm hoping, I should say, that I could get proven wrong in the future. Maybe they'll do some things to change things up if enough people say something about it. But again, only time will tell. I think patch 0.8 is pretty good, in all cases and points. We get magic only up to level 50 though, and a couple new buildables. I think overall people will be just happy to have something new to do in the game with magic, at least for the time being. But ranged is not coming until patch 0.9 in September 9th, so again, people are going to eventually run out of things to do again, and we're just going to be sitting here waiting for more stuff, and that's where I get annoyed with the way that they're handling things. But again, maybe I can get proven wrong and things will change and it'll actually be better this way. Who knows? Only time will tell. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it here. I'm going to wrap the video up. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and leave me a like and a comment down below. I would greatly appreciate it. If you dislike the video, go ahead and leave me a dislike. It doesn't hurt my feelings. And this is All You Know 1994. Peace out.